Story 1. The Exorcism of Anneliese Michel. Welcome to another chilling episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Today, we delve into the haunting and controversial story of the exorcism of Anneliese Michel. In the 1970s, a young woman named Anneliese Michel from Germany claimed to be possessed by demons, leading to a series of exorcism attempts that would result in tragedy. Join us as we explore the disturbing details of this case that continues to raise questions and spark debates to this day. Anneliese Michel was born on September 21, 1952, in Bavaria, Germany. She was a devout Catholic who led a relatively normal life until her late teenage years when strange behaviors began to manifest. Anneliese experienced severe epileptic seizures and was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy. However, as her condition worsened, she and her family began to believe that something more sinister was at play. Convinced that Anneliese was possessed by demons, her family sought help from the Catholic Church. Multiple priests were consulted, but it wasn't until 1975 that an official request for an exorcism was granted. Father Arnold Renz and Father Ernst Alt, both experienced exorcists, performed a series of exorcism sessions on Anneliese over several months. Anneliese's exorcism sessions were reportedly intense and grueling, with her exhibiting aggressive and violent behavior. The priests claimed to witness multiple entities speaking through Anneliese, including Judas Iscariot, Lucifer, and Hitler. Despite the exorcism attempts, Anneliese's condition continued to deteriorate. She refused medical treatment, relying solely on the exorcism to cure her. On July 1, 1976, Anneliese Michel tragically passed away at the age of 23 due to malnutrition and dehydration, weighing only 68 pounds. The deaths of Anneliese Michel and the priests involved in her exorcism led to a trial that would captivate the world. The priests and Anneliese's parents faced charges of negligent homicide, as they were accused of failing to provide proper medical care for Anneliese. The trial sparked heated debates about the boundaries between faith and medicine, and the responsibilities of the Church and its exorcists. Despite the controversy, the court found the priests and Anneliese's parents guilty, but they were given only a suspended sentence. To this day, the case of Anneliese Michel remains a haunting and deeply disturbing mystery. Was she truly possessed by demons, or was it a tragic case of untreated medical conditions? The exorcism of Anneliese Michel continues to raise questions about the limits of faith and the tragic consequences of the events that unfolded in the name of religion. As we conclude this episode, the tragic story of Anneliese Michel and the controversial exorcism attempts that followed continue to haunt us. We hope this video has shed some light on this enigmatic and heartbreaking case, prompting us to ponder the fine line between belief and reality. Story 2. The Hinterkaifeck Murder, Germany's chilling unsolved mystery. The story begins on a secluded farmstead called Hinterkaifeck, situated in the Bavarian countryside. The Gruber family, consisting of Andreas and Casilia Gruber, their daughter Victoria, and her two children, Casilia and Joseph, lived a quiet life in this remote village. However, their peaceful existence was about to be shattered by a sinister and malevolent presence. In the days leading up to the tragedy, the Gruber family experienced a series of bizarre and unsettling events. They reported hearing strange noises, discovering unfamiliar footprints in the snow, and finding a newspaper inside their home they hadn't brought. Despite their growing unease, they couldn't pinpoint the source of these disturbances. On the night of March 31, 1922, the Gruber family met their gruesome fate. Someone, or something, brutally murdered them in their own home. The details of the murders were horrifying. The victims were beaten to death, their bodies left scattered throughout the house. The discovery of the bodies sparked a massive investigation. The police searched for clues and motives, but the case quickly became a web of mysteries. One baffling aspect was that the murderer seemed to have remained at the farm for several days after the killings, even feeding the animals and consuming food from the kitchen. As the investigation progressed, various suspects emerged, from disgruntled neighbors to former soldiers with possible grudges. But despite the efforts, the police were unable to definitively identify the culprit. The Hinterkaifeck murders have since become one of Germany's most infamous unsolved cases, fueling countless theories and speculations over the years. Theories range from a robbery gone wrong to a family member's involvement, but the truth remains elusive. To this day, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. The tragic fate of the Gruber family has left behind an enduring legacy of horror and intrigue. The identity of the perpetrator, the motive, and the eerie events leading up to the crime continue to challenge investigators and haunt the public imagination. As we conclude this episode, the Hinterkaifeck murders continue to captivate us with their enigmatic nature and unanswered questions. Story 3. The Toy Box Killer, Unmasking the Horrifying Truth. Our story begins with David Parker Ray, a seemingly ordinary man living in Elephant Butte, New Mexico. Behind his facade, however, lurked a depraved psychopath who would become known as the Toy Box Killer. Ray's reign of terror started when he abducted his first victim, Cynthia Vigil, in 1999. He lured her to his home, where he had constructed a soundproof toy box torture chamber. Inside the toy box, Cynthia Vigil and later, many others, would endure unspeakable horrors. Ray recorded chilling audio tapes that played as soon as the victims woke up, explaining the fate that awaited them. The victims were subjected to sexual abuse, sadistic torture, and dehumanizing acts that left them scarred physically and emotionally. Despite the nightmare they endured, some of Ray's victims managed to escape his clutches. Cynthia Vigil, the first survivor, provided crucial information to the authorities, leading to Ray's arrest. With the help of the authorities, more victims were rescued, and the full extent of Ray's sadistic crimes came to light. During the investigation, David Parker Ray's disturbing secrets were revealed. He confessed to abducting, torturing, and killing multiple women over several years. The depth of his depravity and the meticulous planning of his crimes sent shockwaves through the community and law enforcement. In 2001, David Parker Ray and his accomplices, Cynthia Hendy and Jesse Ray, were brought to trial. The testimonies of the survivors provided crucial evidence against them. In 2002, Ray was convicted on numerous counts of kidnapping, sexual torture, and murder. He was sentenced to over 200 years in prison. The reign of terror orchestrated by David Parker Ray left a trail of devastation and horror in its wake. The survivors and the families of the victims continue to grapple with the trauma caused by this sadistic killer. The Toy Box Killer's heinous acts shocked the nation and served as a reminder of the evil that can lurk in the shadows. Despite Ray's conviction and imprisonment, questions remain about the full extent of his crimes and whether there may be more victims yet to be identified. The story of the Toy Box Killer is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can reside within human hearts and the importance of relentless pursuit of justice. As we conclude this episode, the tale of the Toy Box Killer serves as a haunting reminder of the need for vigilance against evil, even in the most unsuspecting places. We hope this video has shed some light on this harrowing case and brought attention to the resilience of the survivors and the dedication of law enforcement. If you found this episode intriguing, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with others. And remember to subscribe to our channel for more compelling stories and unsolved mysteries from around the world.